it was, I don't know, watching Jeremy get to know a bit more about you and also about your past. And just in case you haven't watched it, let's take a look.
Quite crazy, yeah.
Yeah, you don't know much about my history in the UK, like when I was in The Big Breakfast, like some of these massive shows that I've been a part of. It's kind of an invitation for the media to have an opinion on your life and to write about you and comment on you.
When you did The Big Breakfast, you was 18?
18, yeah.
I don't really know how the press was with Kelly like 20, 25 years ago. I never really asked.
Oh my God, Jeremy, like, if I could show you the scathing headlines, they'd say I was stupid, that I was dumb, I couldn't do my job. There was just no limit.
Good to see the press hasn't changed over the years.
I think, do you know what? I never really talked much about my past and what I did for a living because, to be honest, I was more interested in getting to know more about him. Yeah. But when we were considering doing Race Across the World, I did have to kind of sit him down and go, look, you know, Britain is very different to France. In France, you have a lot of privacy laws. We don't have that in the UK. It's a bit of a free-for-all for the media. And when you're on TV with a show like Race Across the World, which is so popular, you're in people's living rooms every day and people will write about you. Like, how do you feel about that? Like, you could potentially be famous. And I felt... I get goosebumps talking about it. I just felt so protective because he's not had that experience, and I know it could go like people might not have liked him, and it could have gone the other way, like it did for me when I first started out. But, you know, I really talked him through it and I think he kind of understood, but, I mean, I think it is a bit kinder now than what it was in the 90s, for sure.
I think, I mean...
Not necessarily to women, but I think...
Yeah, you've had a hard time this week. I was a bit nervous coming on today.
No, I know.
And now you realise
it's
just like a soft little
Drives me mad. Okay. Anyway, it's a complete other topic.
But things like ex-boyfriends and stuff, are you really open... with him, because that is something that's been well documented in the press, especially. You know, do you talk to him about that as well?
Do you know what? I really do. I really do talk about a lot of my ex-partners, and I think this goes back to, you know, when we first met, I kind of approached Jeremy, like he didn't approach me, and I felt like in my younger years, I was always kind of pursued by older men and ended up in relationships with older men. So, you know, we talk a lot about that as well, and there was a particular actor that I dated many, many years ago that was very protective over me. And I've spoke to Jeremy about this a lot because it's still relevant now. And for example, I got invited to one of those Sean Combs Puff Daddy parties many, many years ago. And my boyfriend at the time says, you're not going to that. And he was a very well-known actor that had been in the industry for a very long time. And I was taking it as him being very possessive and controlling and not wanting me to go and have fun. And I was like, well, why can't I go? Like, everyone's going to be there. Everyone goes to these parties. He says, you're not going to go. And nothing more was said about it. And I didn't go. Years later, I found, like, the invite in his drawer in his, like, office.
He was looking after you.
He was looking after me. And at the time, I just kind of... And so I actually brought it out with Jeremy the other day. So I did talk to him about an ex-partner. I said, look, like, this actor that I dated, that you know, that you've met, he actually stopped me going to one of those parties and he said, Kel, he was looking out for you because of all these allegations that have come out. You know, we don't know what would have gone on at these parties.
And it is obviously important to say that Sean Combs, P. Diddy, does deny all of the allegations.
Absolutely.
That he's up against. He does... No, but legally, we have to say that he does deny those charges. But do you think it's quite cathartic, to be honest, with your current partner about former partners? Because you talk very openly.
Oh, I love talking about former partners. I mean, I did a whole list of mine in here the other day, didn't we? I'm still friends with several of my exes, more from long time ago, and Lincoln will go, oh, my God, who's that? And I say, oh, it's Rob or Simon. He goes, why are you still friends with them? Why? I think it's just because it is a long time ago. But I'm fascinated. Lincoln had a past. I like a man with a past. And I do.
In fact, you don't like a man who doesn't have a past.
Yeah, I've never had one, but I don't think I would. I prefer a man with a past. And I like hearing about it because I think it depends on your current relationship. I feel totally and utterly happy and secure in that I am Lincoln's #1 person. If I didn't, I would not be. It wouldn't be the same. But I do. So because of that, I am very comfortable for him to talk. It's not so much with him about ex-girlfriends and partners. It's more about dalliances and sort of wild things that happened. But
you've hardly got any of those stories.
I feel very confident in because I mean, you know, the guy used to run Stringfellows, for God's sake. So there's a lot of stories.
Yeah.
And so anyway, I'm very, very comfortable with it, and I wouldn't have a problem. He's not really friends with an ex-girlfriend, but as long as I knew about it, I wouldn't have a problem.
And I think if you don't feel that you are your partner's #1 and you were jealous of ex-partners, then I think you've got to look at your relationship and try and figure out why you don't feel like you are their one and only. You know, I'm still friends with lots of my exes, and Andy's friends, friends with his exes, and I never feel jealous if he's seeing, popping out for a drink with one of them, because quite frankly, he's not getting any better than me. So
a lot of people are very different to us, though. A lot of my girlfriends in my close circle would not be happy, if they were friends. Oh, I mean, and there's a lot of people very, very insecure, all of that, or just jealous.
Yeah. I think if you're not their #1, then I think you need to reevaluate your relationship. Right.